Alright, so we're playing on the game as deathslinger. Oh my god, I forgot to take off my endgame build, and I'm lagging. Fuck. Life is not going my way. Anyway, I wanted to talk about the new balance changes for Dead by Daylight, and I decided to do it while playing a live commentary game, and I feel like that was the worst thing I could have done, because on top of this map just phasing me around without my, say or anything, I'm also going to be playing a game. So talking about it's going to be kind of difficult, but I thought it would be funny. So, first off is the nightmare. Freddy's changes, I think personally, are strange. The thing about Freddy, his add-ons getting nerfed is good. The slowdown is annoying, and just the way he plays is very flowchart. It's slow down the game, chase somebody, hook them, teleport, pop. Chase somebody, hook them, teleport, pop. It's just endlessly slowing down the game. And that's amplified with his add-ons and then perks like Ruin, Thanatophobia, Pop, which is essential on him, because why wouldn't it be? And then you can just run whatever the fuck else you want. Have it be Corrupt Intervention or Dying Light or something just annoying. So I think that's good. But the changes to, say, his... this one. To his, like, snares and his dream palettes are strange, because it's like, that's not really the issue, right? Sure, him slowing down to place down a snare is good, but like, interesting. All the caveats, like, he's very overloaded. He's got a lot of things going on for him, but, his true power is just being able to slow down the game with his add-ons and teleporting to shit, and then having no tear radius, and all that. Oh, somebody DC'd. That's, okay, that's fine that we're losing gens and not even doing anything. I don't really care too much then. So I think the Nightmare changes are good, and I think Nightmare should probably be changed differently, though. Just nerf his slowdown, and then keep all of his other shit pretty much the same. Because it doesn't really matter, right? The snares and the dream palettes are not really what make him strong, but they do help. Because he's just a fucking overloaded killer with so much random bullshit, it's insane. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a balance changer, so maybe that'll help. I think that's taking away what makes Freddy maybe fun for the player, instead of taking away what makes him unfun for the survivor, right? Because the snares, the snares and dream palettes are at least interactive. Slowdown is not interactive for the survivor, so I don't really know, why. Also, slowdown isn't really interactive for the killer, even more so, because you can't, like, see how much you're slowing down, right? You can, I mean, sure, you can tell, but, like, I don't know why I even shot there, but, you can't see that you're slowing down, so it's not very interactive, and there's not much, I'm just gonna slug you, I don't know, and there's not much feedback on if you're slowing down, like, enough or not. Why did that spark? I don't know. So I don't know why they would keep, would just remove his slowdown, right? Make his add-ons do something different, Damn. Like, just get rid of that function entirely. Don't have him have built-in slowdown, and then rework the pig to have something else besides the bear traps. Have them be something else instead of just built-in slowdown, because it's just not particularly fun, right? Overall, I think it's great he's getting nerfed, because he's a very unhealthy killer. Very unfun. I don't even own him, because I like to play the video game as opposed to whatever the fuck you do when you play Freddy. So, I think he's gonna not be as played if these nerfs are actually that good. He's also indirectly nerfed from the BT changes. I think BT changes are interesting, because now Terror Radius doesn't really apply, so him making everybody oblivious doesn't affect him. But moreover, in the whole grand scheme of Dead by Daylight, BT works a lot better. Is it a buff? Pretty much. They took away 3 seconds of it, which is, I mean, essentially nothing. I am not meaning to tunnel you, but, like, everyone else is just running away. Okay, so you have BT, that's good. So, nice. So, with the new changes, it's just, it applies no matter what, but it's 3 seconds shorter, which I think is just a straight buff, right? Sure, those 3 seconds are, like, shorter? Your duration is shorter, but if it's always going to apply, then you can do a lot more with it. Especially if the killer was like right outside of terror radius, you can still have it and all that. And then if somebody's oblivious or stealthing, you're still gonna have PT. which I think is really healthy for stealth killers just camping the hook, Freddy, and just sitting right outside of tear radius as maybe deathslinger with monitor and abuse, right? So I think the BT changes are pretty good. It is a BT buff, which I'm sure some people are like, well, that's fucking insane because BT's the most run thing. It's like, yeah, well, BT is, Jesus, okay. BT is pretty healthy for the game overall because it encourages unhooks, and that's, what? Did you not mend? Holy shit, okay. Okay, whatever. Yeah, BT encourages unhooks, right? And that's good. Here's you. You're the obsession, though. I'd rather kind of ignore you and save my stacks, because I am realizing I have the stacks. We'll just force you to mend. We'll deep wound you. Yeah, why not? Sure, I guess. There you go. So yeah, I think Demogorgon getting buffed is good. People love Demogorgon. People love playing against Demogorgon. And I think, well, that's probably a good killer then, right? If that's the case. Like, why not? Okay. I guess we're gonna have to down you because you're just doing this. Sure, why not? So we briefly talked about the perk changes with BT, and I want to talk about a Lucky Break now. Lucky Break, I'm definitely gonna run it. I have UE, so I have Lucky Break like in the Blood Web. I think most of my survivors have it, but I think a Lucky Break is actually a really funny perk. She's just on hatch, isn't she? It used to have pretty much zero function. Okay. There's no hatch offering, so it's just random. I guess she would just already be on it, then they might be on comms. We'll see what happens, right? Oh, no. Okay, lucky me. So, Lucky Break, it now removes your scratch marks as well as your blood when you get hit for up to, I believe it's 90 seconds. Now, that confuses me because do you just... Oh, I think I heard her. You just actually not leave blood. I mean, no, you already don't leave blood for 90 seconds, which is like, okay, yeah, whatever. But do you not leave scratch marks at any point in the game for those 90 seconds? In any situation? Are you just completely like, what? That's completely absurd. That's such a good perk. Because you run that with Iron Will, even if you escape, you still have 90 seconds. Or let's say a minute, because it takes you 30 seconds to fully escape. You can work on a gen, and then you can just Iron Will, Lucky Break, run away, and hide. You'll leave no scratch marks. That's a really crazy perk. And I don't know if it's actually like that or not, because if it is, that's like the new stealth perk. That is like an ultimate ninja perk. Right, that's like really good. This person's just gonna die, by the way. And I think I'm gonna be running that for a while, at least just to try it. And you know, if it's funny, it's funny, right? Hi. Especially with a DS nerf, people might just replace it with that, because it's so funny. This could be a troubling case of a brand new meta perk, or it could just be a really funny perk to run. We'll see. But no scratch marks for 90 seconds is really big. You can do a lot with that. Genuinely, you can do so much with that. Lucky Break gonna be really funny. Hiding scratch marks for 90 seconds is a lot of time that you can stay away from the killer and work on a gen and then still have that effect. 90 seconds is a very, very long time. And I think that's gonna be a very strong perk. Other perk changes are Soul Guard, which is pretty, you know, it's fine. I don't know what tech that's like really going for, but oh, interesting. I don't know what tech that's really going for, but I think it's interesting because it's not going to affect Soul Guard much at all. But what it will affect is that one tech. So they did that, I guess, which is fine. Open hand is pretty negligible. And then there's other perks I'm forgetting about, but hold on, I need to down this girl and then look on the page. I have it on my second monitor. I'll need to do that in a moment. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, Zanshin Tactics and Object of Obsession. Okay. So Zanshin's going to be great for new killers, honestly, because it's actually useful now. It prevents people, or it doesn't prevent people. It allows you to see where things are, pretty much, and know kind of what's happening and plan your movement according to that. And it does no longer just deactivate, which I think is good. It'll help for new maps. If you're a returning player or a veteran killer and you're on a new map, maybe it'll help you a bit. And then it's gonna help a lot of new killers, I suppose. Okay, you're getting close to me, so I'm just gonna hit you. I don't know why you're getting close to me. I'm literally just going to hit you. Let's break this. Let's go drink up, because we have double duration add-ons, and we can do something funny with that. Ooh, and we're getting plenty of pools. Good, 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 good. And then Object of Obsession is a perk I'm very glad to be seeing changed, but I think the changes are so drastic, nobody's ever gonna fucking run this perk again. It's going to enter the state of, like, useless perks, essentially. Which, honestly, after dealing with it for so long, I'm kind of fine with it, because fuck that perk. But, I don't know, it seems kind of harsh, don't it? Object is getting a very heavy change, and I think Object users currently are going to hate this change and they're not ever going to run it, and I think maybe that'll allow for new people to run the perk, because it just does something entirely different. What are you doing? It does something entirely different, and I think that's making it more of an accessible perk that I think more people will like. Because right now it kind of does have that energy of like a pure like asshole perk that you run if you just want to like make the killer not have fun or just like annoy them or whatever. That's kind of the goal of Object right now, is to essentially just do that. Is to make it so the killer can't really do everything they want to do, and to give them this constant pressure of, I know where you are, right? There's just so much shit on Macmillan Estate. You fucked yourself here, though. Yep, sorry to say. No chance of that. Pick up. We zoned her movement a lot because she couldn't go for a killer shack without going into the open, which would have been a pretty bad spot, obviously, for her. The girl's already unhooked. You made it to killer shack, and you slow vaulted it. Do you slow vault it again, maybe? I'm so intelligent. Okay, that was a lucky hit. Not sure why it did all that. But I'm glad, honestly. Yeah, you're just down here. Let's get you out of the game. Fuck it, alright. You went that way. That means we can do something crazy. Yep. Don't even need to MT, because M1 just works better there. Oh, how I have been enlightened by how weak of a killer you truly are, Plague. It's almost like your range just isn't that useful. Alright, bye-bye. This game is not going to go well because I don't play Huntress. Look at the perks I have on her. I have nothing good. So while we have some breathing room to talk while we're loading, I guess it would be nice to talk about the iridescent head while we're here. I think her new one is quite interesting. I don't know if it's really red tier or not, but once you're out of hatchets, you go to the normal killer speed of 4.6 ms. So you can just be an M1 killer, and I think that's a neat add-on. I don't know if it's iridescent or anything. I don't know if it should be a red one, but I do think that's a good add-on. Eerie Head being nerfed so heavily is fantastic because Huntress with Infantry Belt Eerie Head is one of the best killers in the game. Just oh, bad map. But yeah, she's just insanely strong with Eerie Head and Infantry Belt. She's still going to be fairly strong with even just having one because it is an instant down. Though I don't know why you wouldn't just play Ghostface and stalk people for the instant down, especially since you can 99 it, or Myers, or use Devour, or, you know, just stuff like that. There's a lot of better ways to instantly down people, but this is still an option. Much like Ooh, they're kind of making it... Hi. I suck so much. Yeah, with Ooh, they're kind of making it a completely different purpose, and also an irrelevant purpose. Just like how they're making Eerie Head like this. It's not going to be super oppressive anymore, but that's the only reason people would ever use this instead of like Myers Tier 3 exposing, or Devour Hope exposing, Ghostface exposing, Haunted Grounds, all that shit. Make your choice, is because Eerie Head with 3 of them is way more oppressive, and Object is super oppressive as well. So they're toning those down quite a lot, and Object now, currently, doesn't really counter anything. It counters... Nice. Barbecue and Chili, but since Barbecue and Chili is, like, almost always just expected, it doesn't really do a whole lot, and then it could, I guess, counter Undying, but Undying already tells you if you're inflicted by Undying. So I guess you could try and use it against them, and then choose when you see the killer by walking up to a totem? Or something? I'm not really sure. It's definitely... It feels like comparing Mad Grit to Starstruck. Mad Grit's just completely irrelevant at this point, right? Compared to Starstruck. And that's... I mean, old Ooh to new Ooh is like that. And old Eerie Head Infantry Belt Huntress is like that to the new one. I think they could have changed them to make them more fun and relevant in the gamescape. But I don't know how they would do that, because I haven't really thought about it much. But I just think it's good that these things are out of the game, honestly. Same with Freddy. I think they could have changed him better. Nice. I think they could have changed him to be, like, better. But honestly, I'm just happy that he's not the way he is anymore. And I'm happy that Huntress isn't going to be the way she is anymore with 2 add-ons. And I'm glad that Object isn't going to be the same way it is anymore. Sure, these things could have been done better, but that's not really the issue with them. The issue with them was just how completely oppressive and insane they were. Like, it just wasn't very fun for anyone. Ugh. I don't even want to loop this room. I think I can get a shot on her, though. We'll see, though. I don't think there's... Yeah, I literally, like, cannot hit her here. Okay, so after that terrible Huntress game, and not so good Plague game, and okay Deathslinger game, I just played 3 ranged killers. That's interesting. Why did I do that? Anyway. The changes, overall, are strange but good. Nightmare could have been done better. I'm just glad that he's not the way he is anymore. I think no killer should have built-in slowdown, because it's not really interactive for either of them, and just make their powers more fun and interactive and interesting. That would be great, but they kind of nerfed that with nerfing the snares and the dream palettes, but he's very overloaded. Freddy's got a lot of things, but his slowdown being nerfed is really all you needed to do. And they did nerf his add-ons and the interactive part of his power too, which is, like, it just could have been done better. I feel like he's still going to be very unfun for both sides. So, but he's not going to be as strong, so hopefully just nobody plays him, right? That's the only reason people played Freddy, was because he was strong. You know, works out. Demogorgon changes. I think he probably needs to be buffed more. To put rat liver in his base kit, probably. Huntress. I fucking hate Huntress, so I'm going to be very biased. She's my least favorite killer in this entire game by far. I just don't like playing her at all. I don't like playing against her. I think they should have just removed her from the game entirely. But, Eerie Head is pretty irrelevant compared to other exposing things. You could just stalk them with Ghostface, stalk them with Myers, make your choice, Devour Hope, Haunted Grounds. A lot of better exposing for the one-shot down things are probably just going to be better, because you're spending so much time reloading now. You're not going to... You could just hit them with 2 hatchets, right? So, whatever. The new one, the Soldier's Putty, I don't know. You move at 4.6 when you have no hatchets. I think that's an interesting add-on. Probably should have been a purple, but it's good. Small game, doesn't really matter. Lucky Break, gonna be very funny. Gonna be very strong, I imagine. 96 with no scratch marks, that's a big deal. Soul Guard won't really change most people's use of it. Open-handed, don't really care too much. It's Ancient Tactics, great change. It'll actually be a useful perk. BT, great changes, very healthy for the game. Object, strange, because it's kind of being irrelevant side, like irrelevant-sized? It's becoming irrelevant because there's no reason to really use it, honestly. I don't understand what they were going for, but I'm glad that it's out of the game, pretty much, because it's super oppressive. I'm glad that's being changed. Lori really had the two most toxic perks in this game of DS and Object of Possession. Very, very fucked up of Lori to do that to our game. Object has more of a niche use now. Maybe it'll come in handy for Swifts, maybe you won't, who really knows. But it's the people who are using Object for just being kind of toxic and just knowing where the killer is at all times and wanting to get in chases. Solo Q Object, they're not going to use this perk anymore, it's pretty much out of the game. Swift Object is going to be a lot more situational and give you a lot more, I mean, it's going to give you a lot less information anyway. I just don't think it's going to be used in optimal Swift play or anything, because it's not very oppressive, not as oppressive as it was previously, but, you know, you can deduce the aura reading perks, but half of them already tell you anyway. It can already be assumed, right? The only one that doesn't really tell you what you're being affected by when your aura is red is Barbecue, but you can just kind of deduce that anyway, since 90% of killers are from Barbecue, and if they hook and then come to you across the map, they have it, right? And Struggle, amazing mechanic. This game is actually going to be like a modern video game almost. You won't have to mash your keyboard or your controller or anything. I think it's a great change, and that's probably genuinely that alone will influence me to play Survivor more. The Struggle update alone, it being skill check instead of mashing, will probably influence me to play Survivor more. And Lucky Break will be really funny. And the graphical update to Cold Wind Farm, hopefully this is a map rework as well. I don't know if those are two different things. Hopefully the map actually plays differently, because Cold Wind is a nightmare. But the graphical update alone, it's daytime. I think it's weird, but I think it's okay. I'm glad they're trying something a little different. I don't know. I'd have to play on it before I know if I'm opposed or against it. I think it's interesting. Yeah, that's it. Bye-bye.